What are you going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for checking out the channel. I appreciate it. If you guys are new, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out. If you want daily sports predictions, click the link in the description, guys. Come join the Patreon page. Daily plays. Cover majority of the sports. We had an MLB play today before we get into the Western Conference Finals Game 3. My thoughts on this game. We had an MLB play today. We like the Rockies. There was plus money to cover the run line, plus 1.5 underdogs. So we like them to cover the run line, plus money, plus 2.5 for minus 130, and if you sprinkle on the money line, plus 180. They hit as well as they went outright. Look at this. It was last game in the series is what I like in baseball, because the Phillies is the last game in the series, so they leave the series on 38 wins. See that? 38 wins. They leave the series because Colorado equals 38. Big number in Colorado. And I said that's usually a big number in Colorado. It's better if they can pick up, but staying on does hit, which it did today. And the pitcher also stayed on 38 wins. So you get a double Colorado connection. Rockies sweat-free win the game. So we had on the Patreon, baby. Now let's get back to this Western Conference Finals Game 3. Man, this series has been pretty tough. Like I said, it would make Wolves versus Celtics Finals. You know what I mean? You know, the Kevin Garnett. And then you got Ant Edwards. But maybe they're saving Ant Edwards to be in the finals until next year when he's age 23. Because, you know, everybody compares him to Jordan, next Jordan, MJ's son. So maybe it'll make more sense if he's in there when he's 23 instead of going this year and losing. But he is 22, Boston 22. We'll see. So here's a few things for this game. There's nothing super clear. But I think it makes sense that the Wolves take it. But let me go over some notes here. So the Mavericks narrative. They can get the 5-2 at home in the playoffs this year. Minnesota 52. Pretty big number in Minnesota. The halftime score, the last two games, the halftime score gave away the winner. They had 58, and then they had 60 or 59. No, that's what it was. They had 60 points at halftime last game, and they got their 60th win of this season. Now, man, if you see the Mavericks have 60 points at halftime again, they're all but losing. They would stay on 60 wins this season, and they get their 60th all-time loss versus the Wolves. So we'll see if the halftime clue today. We'll see if we have 59, 60, or 61 points at halftime. Could be another clue. 64 for Wolves, or maybe 65 if they're winning. But yeah, they can get their 60th all-time loss versus the Wolves and stay on 60 wins this season. We'll see if that hits. To the Mavs, they're 5-0 in the playoffs versus the Wolves. Dallas Mavericks does equals 51. Minnesota equals 52. If they split, and if the Wolves win the next two and they tie it up 2-2, the head-to-head would be 5-2, like Minnesota 52 back in Minnesota. Or if they split, it would be 6-1, like Mavericks 61 and Finals 61. Today it's the 64th day of Kyrie's age today. If he has a good game, he could keep the Wolves on 64 wins. And then potentially Game 4 would be a 66th day of his age. And they could close it out as Finals begins on 6-6. The Wolves are 5-1 away this playoffs. Minnesota equals 52. But the Mavericks 61 could play as well. Here's something I see here. Here's something I see, guys. Pay attention. The Wolves are 29-47 in the playoffs. They're 11-28 away. If they got swept and they lost these next two road games, Dallas equals 113-49, and the Wolves would have 49 playoff losses, and they'd be 11-30 away, like 113, the Dallas number. So I do think the Wolves win today, but if they don't win today, I think we know what's happening in Game 4. Edwards is 11-13 in playoffs. If he wins these next two, he could be 13-13. Dallas equals 13. Maybe that's all he wins is 13, or maybe that's all he loses, but that's interesting. Dallas's coach is 19-13 with Dallas. If he won today, he'd be 20-13. The NBA Finals equals 2-1-3, as he'd be headed his way to the finals. It's the Mavericks coach 64th day of his age, like it's Kyrie's 64th day of his age, and the Wolves are on 64 wins. So I do think the Wolves do get it done today. They was 3.5-point dogs. Now it's like +1, 1.5. So the line movement is, but like I said, I would believe that the Wolves, I don't know, are they really gonna have 2 sweeps in both series? Or are they gonna have this series 2-2, Boston ends 4-0? I think that's the more likely scenario. So we're out with the Wolves today, but if we see them lose today, guys, I think we all know what it means. But yeah, show some love, join the Patreon, because we may not have Game 4 if the Wolves win today. But hey, if you use this video, I gave you clues for Game 4 nonetheless, whatever happens today. But NBA Finals will be on the Patreon, and then I'll probably have a video on it as well. Show some love, guys. NFL returning soon. We'll have MLB on the Patreon daily. Boxing, come join the work, man. $5 to $10 a month. All you need to do is hit one day. Boom, look, you just covered your membership for the whole month. Plus you won extra. Plus you have money to cover for the next month. That's what it is. Play smart. Be consistent. We'll win a lot more than we lose. Show some love. Appreciate everybody that shows love. And we'll see. Is Mr. Michael Jordan Edwards going to show up today? Or is he going to turn into a bust again? And he's going to end a series short of the ultimate goal. And maybe next year when he's age 23. We'll see, guys. Nonetheless, Boston's hungry for number 18 on the other side. It's all but over. Celtics looking to win number 18.